Hello everyone, and today I'm gonna teach you how to block input from your mouse and keyboard at the same time. So after blocking an input, you won't be able to move your mouse or press any key on keyboard. Means you can press it or you can move the mouse physically, but the input won't be registered. So you can only press Ctrl Alt Delete and then the input will be resumed. And other case when the input will be resumed automatically is when the thread which is blocking input dies without unblocking the input. So let's get into it. So to do that, first you need to include windows.h, then you need to include winable.h, and then you can use stream, or if you are in C you can use stdio.h. Then I'm using namespace std for C++, but if you are in C you can leave that thing. Then in our main function we will type cout and let's say blocking input. Now this will print blocking input on our console window. Now to block input we have a method called block input. So type block with B capital and without any spaces type input with I capital and give it a boolean. So if you're in C you can use 1 or 0. 1 means true and 0 means false. So I'm gonna type true to block input, and then this will block the input. But after that, if I won't unblock the input, the program will end, resulting in unblocking the input cause the system will resume the input. So now we will wait. So to do that, just type sleep, and for 1 second you can use 1000, or for 5 seconds I'm using 5000. So now you can unblock with doing this unblocking input, and then we will unblock the input. And to unblock the input you use the same method, but instead of using true we will use false. So this will unblock our input. Then we just return or do getch, whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna return, and I'm gonna return 0. So this will block the input for 5 seconds. And remember, when you block the input with this method you won't be able to get asynchronized key state and synchronized key state. Also you can't get the mouse buttons input. So if user is clicking and you want to get that, you can't cause you are blocking the input. So only thing you can do is to get the cursor position and set the cursor position. You can't even simulate the clicks or key presses. So let's try to run this. First we will compile it, and as you can see there are no errors. Now the reason why I didn't press compile and run, cause this needs administrative rights. So what we will do is we will open containing folder, and then as you can see this is the block exe. Now we will right click on it and run as administrator. Now you have to press yes, and after pressing yes you can see I can't move the cursor for 5 seconds, nor I was able to type anything. So let me increase the time and show you. Now I'm gonna open notepad so you can see you can't even use set focus to set the focus of the window as per my experiments. So I'm gonna recompile this with 10 seconds and compile, and once we get in our folder I have to open. So wait, one more thing, notepad, yeah, I had to open, I don't know why. Okay, so run as administrator, press yes, and now you can see I can't move or click or type anything. As you can see I'm trying but I can't. So now I can after ending. And one more thing, if I don't do this and don't say unblocking input, and yeah, and if I compile this now, as you can see that I have removed it, and now I will just find my folder and run as administrator, and yes, and you can see I'm not able to move it or do anything like that. But after the program closes you can see I'm able to move cause the Windows resumes the input. So that was it for today's video. and hope you have enjoyed this. So if you liked the video, then consider clicking that like button and maybe share even, or subscribe. And if you want to continue watching my videos, then make sure you click the video that's showing up right now on the screen. And bye bye.